Good morning, guys. It's Uche Joku, sneaker principal, and I have fallen down the rabbit hole. This is ridiculous, but I'm having a blast with my Leica, and it's giving me a whole new appreciation for photography and how I shoot and how I make pictures. But there's something happening here where now I am asking myself, what was it like before digital? What was it like? And I mean, don't get me wrong. When I was a kid, I had I think it was a 110 camera. Those little skinny joints. They were look like this, you know. And you have the little roll film. You put it in there, and you take pictures. And you can do if I can remember correctly, it was like 12 shots or whatever it was. It was many years ago, late 80s when I had that camera. Then I had different iterations of film cameras, but that was what the camera was. There was no science behind it. For me personally, I'll take my pictures, make my pictures, take the roll of film, beg my mom for some money to take it to the 1 hour photo spot, drop it off, then come back and get my pictures. They weren't very good as far as aesthetically speaking, but however, they were great because I was capturing my life, my reality. And that was a great thing about it. But I never really thought about what I was doing. All I knew, I was making pictures, So now that we're in this world of digital, and I have completely jumped off the edge into the deep side of the pool, and I really wanted to understand what I'm doing. I have a lot of whys and hows, and I have to tell you, YouTube has been the greatest place for me to really study and learn and develop. I don't really have a community of photographers that I'm around all the time. There's people here and there that I'm gonna have brief conversations, but my deep dives happen because I'm watching videos and I'm searching things out on YouTube. So let me get into this deep dive that I'm going into. Excuse me, let me get some coffee in here. So my deep dive has to do with how this right here, my Leica M11P, has forced me to really think about my settings. When I start talking about my ISO, my shutter speed, and also in the lens, my the focal length. I mean, here's 28 millimeters, but my aperture. Why am I using what for what purpose? But I have to also but I also believe that inherently, because of this is still a modern camera with old school aesthetics, the camera's still doing a lot of thinking for me. It's still giving me the best possible shot. Even though, yes, if my settings are off, the image will be off. But the thing too is I get to look back here. No matter how much I tell myself I'm not going to look back there, I'm going to wait and take pictures and then come back to it to see how the pictures came out. My brain won't let me do that. I've seen people who put tape on the back so they can really push their thinking and see how accurate their predictions of the image they're making would be just from making the settings themselves on here. But I said to myself, you know what? Watching a lot of street photography videos and people walking around the city and doing their thing, I'm like, and I'm watching these videos, people taking pictures with manual cameras, and I'm like, how do you know though? Especially those who are using cameras without a light meter, and you're just eyeing it. You're saying, okay, I think in this setting it should be a 200 ISO, or it should be as low as possible, 100, 200, or whatever the case may be, and I can make the adjustments to my shutter speed to compensate for the ISO of the camera or the film or whatever the case may be. So for that reason, now I decided to take a venture into this world. So I went online and I found I did some research first, but I wanted to find a decent old school manual camera, prefer something I can use without a battery, and just get my shots in and see what comes out. So I chose the Fujica STX-1. This camera was originally came out in 1979. That's the year my sister was born. So what is this now? It's a 44-year-old camera. Yeah, 44-year-old camera. So I went on eBay, and I found one originally. When I got it, there was some issues. Again, with the winder here, this thing right here wouldn't stay shut. So, and then there was a lot of dirt in. When I looked through the viewfinder, there was a lot of dirt in there. So I was kind of worried that it would come out in the image. And that camera I bought for $69. Then, of course, me not doing my homework, I decided to go ahead and see if I could find another one. $69 wasn't a lot to spend. So I found another camera. This one here, which is $99, and not as nice physically. I mean, this is definitely well used. And of course, for something that's 40 years old. But I was like, you know what? F it. I'm just going to go ahead with this camera and see what happens. So it has a 50 millimeter lens, 1.9, fully manual. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put some film on this today and take some pictures, and hopefully come back to share with you what my experience has been. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and check. There's a thing about this. Let's try to figure out how to open. Here we go. Open this. And I went on Amazon and got some 200 speed film, which is apparently, to my understanding from YouTube University, is really ISO of 200. So I'm gonna have to make adjustment to compensate for the ISO with my shutter speed and aperture. But I'm like, you know what? Let's see. I'm excited. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to try to put this film in here, and hopefully I don't screw this up. And let me see here. So again, what I want to do here is get better. And guys, don't make fun of me, because you're probably looking at this like, what is he doing? The thing is, I don't know what I'm doing. I think that's it. Okay, I have this in here. Yeah, some of you probably already turned the video off and saying, okay, this guy's a complete idiot. But I think I got this in here. Okay, so I think it's in there. We'll see. Right now the counter has it at number 2. So that's it. So the thing with this camera now, and please, I know people are going to correct me, is that I am able to now, you know, utilizing my get that in there a little bit closer. I'm able to fully manual. There's a battery that can go in here for the light meter, but I know right now there's no battery in there, and that's my intention, to not worry about the light meter and trying to figure it out myself by evaluating my environment based on my experience so far, taking pictures of my Leica, my other cameras. And I think I've gotten a beyond novice understanding of how to triangulate between my aperture, my shutter speed, and my ISO. So right now I have, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, right here. Right there, I have the ISO set for 200 to match the speed of the film. And the environment I'm going to be in is, I'm going to be taking pictures at my school. So it's pretty well lit, but I'm going to put the shutter speed about 1.25. I don't know, I'm going to keep it at 60. I think that's good. I'll probably alter between 60 and 30. But I'll probably just leave it at 60 as far as shutter speed. And I'm going to shoot wide open. So I'm going to shoot wide open at 1.9. And then everything else is going to be pretty much adjusted according to everything is going to be adjusted according to if I decide to do some zone focusing, which I probably won't. But from that point, that's it. I'm gonna take some pictures. This has 36 exposures, so I'm gonna take 36 pictures today. I'm walking to my school. Then after work, I'm gonna drop it off at there's a 1 hour lab by where I live. I'll drop it off, and hopefully the next day pick it up and go from there. And let's see if the time I've spent with this camera has taught me something about how I see the world. So those of you who are following me, please indulge me. You know, again, I want to thank you guys for all the comments you've been leaving on my videos. I'm learning a lot. Like, I'm reading the comments. I'm asking myself, I should have done this earlier. I allow the community to really pour into me. And the other thing too I'm going to tell you is that I am actually thinking to myself, I do need to find a community of photographers that I can be around and engage in these conversations one-on-one, and not just live behind my viewfinder, catching the world, but not engaging other people doing the same thing. I gotta get off my island. I tell my teachers this all the time at my school. You can't just teach in your classroom and just close the door and just live on your own island. If you're gonna get better, sometimes you gotta canoe to other islands and learn from what other teachers are doing. And I gotta do the same thing. But nonetheless, I just wanted to share this with you. Hopefully this was entertaining, and very, very soon I'm gonna share those pictures. The great thing about, one last thing, the great thing about today is the fact I could take my, and you all know this, I could take my manual film, take it to be developed, get my prints, and also have them digitized. So, which is awesome. So I don't have to take my prints and just take iPhone pictures of it or scan them and present them. I can actually have the actual digital versions of the films and pictures I've taken with my STX. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, how do I do this? Here we go. Hopefully this will impact what this looks like based on my shooting experience. So thank you.